What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? Welcome to another Topical Tuesday with me, your host, Pete from Mini Warzone. Welcome, and this week, the topic I would like to talk about, moving on slightly from the last week's topic, which was about hidden dice rolls. I want to talk more specifically about dice themselves, because I would say the majority of tabletop games, I would say about 99% of the games that we play on tabletop are driven by dice. Now, so I want to talk about dice themselves. Now, so many different things. I mean, there are a couple of games I know that are card driven. Malifaux, for instance. I think I might be able to name two others if I put my thinking cap on. But dice. Now, as we all play between us as a collective, lots of different games, I thought it would be good to talk about dice, because I find dice a strange beast. I mean, some of us have custom dice and that kind of thing, and some games have custom dice that you can use. Now, I don't know where to start, really. So the first thing, I suppose, whether you're wargaming or role-playing or board gaming, okay, you're going to be using dice. Most probably you're going to be using dice. Now, the first thing I would like to ask, well, I suppose just to generate a topic of conversation, is what sided dice do you prefer? Well, let's take wargaming just as an example. Do you prefer to wargame with standard D6s? Do you like other, like D8s and things like that you get in a lot of skirmish games? I believe Infinity uses the D20 system. Do you like that? Or, like I say, do you enjoy the D6s? And the same for board games and so on. Now, do you like that? Do you have preferred colours of dice? Perhaps if you're wargaming a certain army, would you like to have like yellow dice or green dice or blue dice for whatever the theme may fit? I can see the appeal of that, where you have like a custom logo on the 6. I know some companies do it on the 1, but not many people. I don't know anybody, actually. I don't know anybody that likes the logo being on the 1, because generally speaking, 1s are bad. Now, when it comes to different sided dice, do you have a preference? Like, if you're role playing, which of the polyhedral dice do you prefer the feel of? Say, for instance, I've got a couple of ones I enjoy when they're role playing. I enjoy the D20. I enjoy that very much. And I enjoy the D12, although, that said, the 12-sided dice is vastly underused in my humble opinion, which is why I've noticed, I've noticed a lot of random table generators now are starting to use the 12 option thing, so giving you a chance to use that 12-sided die. It rolls nice, it feels nice, it's nice and solid. And the D20 too. I have a D30, and that feels a little more rounded. Obviously, it would do, given its nature. But I mean, it has to be bigger as well, really, to feel more like a dice. And there's another thing as well. Size. What size dice do you like? Do you like little bitty ones? Do you like big, thick, chunky ones? I'm a kind of I fit in the category of like mid to chunky. I suppose I like using smaller ones for like wound trackers or something like that on a model. The smaller ones are easier to look at and say, oh yeah, he's got like 2 wounds left or what have you, and I use them for that. But when it comes to like rolling dice for like a shooting barrage or whatever, I like to roll big dice if I can, but not huge, but like a nice medium size, because I've noticed when they say 16mm dice, that seems to vary between company to company. It's a bit like scale in games, and that's another topic altogether. But yeah, one company's 28mm seems to be another company's 32, in my humble opinion. But that's, I suppose, the more games you look at, the more you find this. So yeah. So do you enjoy custom dice? Do you like having, would you like your logo on a custom dice? I think I'd quite like that. That'd be pretty cool. I think pretty snazzy. Do you have color preferences? Do you have preferred polyhedral dice? Do you have a least favorite polyhedral dice as well? There's another one, so you can let me know. I suppose my least favorites, would be the D4 because of its spiky nature. That's my least favorite, I think. I have D3s as well. I have three-sided dice. I prefer them because they're slightly more rounded. So, yeah. I mean, D3 is lazy dice, I know, because you can just take a D6, so like go 1 to 2, 3 to 4, and 5 to 6. You know, simulating the 1, 2, 3. But yeah, I get a bit lazy sometimes. So D3s are it. The first time I encountered the D3 was actually Beyond the Gates of Antares. That's got a funny little D3 in that one. That's the first time I ever encountered it. And now, of course, I've been delving, as you know, into solo RPGing. With the state of the world at the moment, the solo seems to be a good option to look at. So, and a lot of the tables on like solo random generators they have D3 options. Just the way it is. And for in certain systems I've looked at, some weapons are D3 as well, like a less effective knife, like say in D&D, where your basic dagger was a D4. You got a bit less, decent or less sharp Punic is a D3. So, so that's that. So I think that covers the dice. And in general, I would imagine most of you prefer dice-driven games as opposed to card-driven games or other types of and the other thing, dice. Do you like to have? I actually know this is true. I actually know some people that prefer the dice to be generated on their iPads, and to me, nah, that's a no-no. That's a big, huge turn-off for me. I like to feel them in my hand, and I like to physically roll them. But yeah, I know people that actually like do it on their phone, well, their iPads mostly, and generate it that way, and I just like, no, gotta feel it in my hand, like like a physical weapon in my hand. And that's it. There's the dice, and I'm throwing these weapons at you, and I don't know. It feels right for me. What do you think about that? Digital dice or physical dice? Will they ever replace physical dice? I don't think so. No. We all like dice, don't we? Surely. I love dice. I've got quite a huge pot full of them, different ones. I've even got some really cool blood splattered ones, like thematic, for like zombie games and that. They're really, really cool. You can get those online. I forget the company now, but yeah, they're really good as well. But yeah, dice, an important part of our games. So let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the matter. Any thoughts? And that's it for this week. Thanks very much for joining me. Remember, all brushes lead to all. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now, folks. See you next week. Bye bye.